Welcome to SwitchCorner, my name is Alex and today we're taking a look at some bonus deals all coming in under a couple of bucks or your regional equivalent, and here I'm covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. Thanks to Cubic Games and Untold Tales for sponsoring this video, and let's get started. Cubic recently celebrated their 19th anniversary. Now they asked me to tell you all about the deals coming from their friends over at Untold Tales. Now if you are in the US, do know these deals, they go below the $2 mark, so to get access you must own one of the following 9 games. If you want these for the lower 49 cents price you see on screen, pick up Colouring Book first. It is completely free and it will give you access. In return as well, in the US, do know you are getting by far the biggest discounts. For those then in Canada, I'm not seeing these deals live, but I do see bundles of games which I'll be including in the upper left of the screen. If you do grab a few of these games as well, consider using a cornershop.gg for discounted eShop credit. You'll get 5% off at checkout using code CORNER, and those are instant delivery via email. Many of today's games as well are so cheap you may want to check out your gold coins, because most of these, as I said, they do fall under $1. 12 games for you all then from Untold Tales joining the sale. We're starting with Arise, A Simple Story. Now this one's a puzzle adventure game which I reviewed here on the channel and I personally really liked it. The spin to the gameplay here, it's the idea that you can manipulate time to say create a bridge or turn the snow to water. I just really love the environments, and with progression it gets more and more surreal. It has a story as well where we're following an older gent witnessing flashbacks of his life, and it is definitely touching stuff. You can check out my full review in the pinned comment, but this one, it's 90% off, matching the low. What Lies in the Multiverse is another one I reviewed on the channel. It's rocking a monster 97% off, that is a new low price. And this one, it's a platformer game packing an adult sense of humour where you can manipulate between 2 different universes at any one time. So one, for example, might be a place with no oxygen but obstacles they've deteriorated, or my personal favourite, a later level, it impacts gravity. Surprisingly funny though, the visuals pack a ton of charm, and I do hope to see these characters in the future again. Check out my full review in the pinned comment, but this one, it always gets a lot of love. If you are enjoying this video today, then consider subscribing. The support here means a huge amount as we continue to grow out the channel. In return, we have reviews and deals daily. Golf Club Wasteland then is a golf adventure set in a post-apocalyptic future. The world has been abandoned by the wealthy, who now use it as their sort of playground for golf while living in space. What follows are some seriously creative locations for holes, and also a bleak picture of the future that accompanies it. The highlight with this one though, it has to be the soundtrack. It's done as a radio show. It really adds context to the world in this really impressive way. Now the thing I'm not a fan of, the lack of a power meter, makes judging trajectory really tough. Check out my full review in the pinned comment, but this one, it is 97% off, and again that is a new low price. Atone then is by far the most expensive game on today's list, but it's also brand new, releasing just a couple of weeks back. I've still not played it myself. I have it installed, ready to go, but Metacritic scores, they're definitely praising it. It's sitting at a 78. This one though, it's a narrative-led adventure that features puzzles, combat, and it seems the music will play a massive part in the experience, with each encounter using its own theme. It also plays into the idea that each action and decision, it has an impact that can lead to failure. The story, the gods they've abandoned Midgard, and without them, there's no one to protect the Elder Tree. That responsibility now falls to us. It's 50% off, a new low price. I'd definitely suggest a review before diving in. Aspire Ina's Tale is 97% off, that is a new low price, and this one, a puzzle platformer. I've only played a small amount of this one to be transparent, but it's another one where they shift the focus to the narrative, with characters to meet along this journey while solving puzzles and uncovering secret passageways. The story, we've been trapped in a tower and we must escape. Why are we here though? What was the reason for this imprisonment? That's what we're going to be finding out. Stunning visual style with this one as well. The only thing I've noticed this far is, gotta get used to the controls. She has quite a slow jump speed. Definitely adds to the mystical, but it definitely feels different. Badland is 97% off, then a new low price, and at this point you're probably noticing a theme with the discounts through this video, but this one is an incredible deal. Award winning, it's an incredibly creative spin on the action platformer genre, as we navigate a forest that appears to be fairy tale-like, but something is definitely wrong. It's got a hand-painted visual style that is stunning. There's moments where the entire world just comes to life around you, and it supports up to 4 players. In fact, it has 100 single-player levels as well as 100 unique multiplayer levels as well. It even has battle options, 78 achievements, and yeah, this is a lot of game for 17 cents. Dex then is a bit of a classic now on the discount scene. It's 97% off, which is probably as cheap as we're going to see it for a while, and it's a cyberpunk action RPG that is side-scrolling while adding in combat that feels somewhat like an old-school brawler, though I will add here incredibly tough at points. The story, we are on the run from some sort of organization that wants our powers, and it's naturally an incredibly dark world. What surprised me though was how in-depth this one gets with a decently sized world, cast and selection of dialogue. I like this one a lot personally, and I know how many will show their support for it in the comments. Beautiful Desolation then comes from many team members that worked on Fallout, but a warning, it may look like Fallout, but gameplay is closer to that of a point and click. It's got this old school feeling throughout though, which I really appreciate in this. It's throwing 2 brothers into the future, and now they must survive. It's an African apocalyptic world, and many of the locals, yes, some will help you, but many not so much. It's got this unique style though that you don't see all that often, and I just love the cutscenes. They have a suitably almost old school air to them. It packs an 80-page art book as well, and the soundtrack as a download if that is your thing. Worth noting as well here, the controls, it works really well on console, and it's 97% off, that is a new low price. Splatter Zombiecalypse Now is 97% off. I haven't played this one personally, so if you have, let us know in the comments what is it like. It is a top-down shooter though, it's going to be for those that want, more brainless action it seems, or at least that's what the trailer is telling me this far. A film noir style. We'll be battling against zombies of course, but it packs in some RPG elements as well, including new characters to meet, a side quest to take on, and upgradable weapons. Blazing Beaks is a roguelike with a greed spin. Basically, you'll try to overcome this world. Along the way, though, you'll be collecting up what are artifacts. The thing is, they are valuable, of course, do not get me wrong, but do you really need them? Because they will make you suffer. It's a fun spin on the formula. It supports up to 4 players, with story being 2-player, tournament mode then being 4. Tournament is basically a slew of options from deathmatch to one gun to hunting, which includes spears. They went all out with options basically. There's 10 playable characters and some really fun bosses. Might be a good option for those new to the genre as well, because it's difficult but fair. Currently then, this one is 97% off. Gamedec then is on my list of games to play, but I do know the gents over at SwitchUp reviewed this one, so do check that video out. I know they were mostly impressed, and I believe they made a comparison, if I'm right at least, to Disco Elysium, which is about as high a compliment as you can basically give in my eyes. A single-player, non-combat, isometric RPG, we are a game detective, meaning we solve crimes inside digital worlds. The idea though, tackle main quests, side quests even, and investigate scenes, whether that's talking to the witnesses or the suspects. It uses the game theme then to provide a huge amount of locations that do vary, and it's going to be one for those that especially like, tabletop gaming. Its average completion time then is 11 hours, so definitely a solid amount of content, and it's 97% off, so easily another new low price for this one. The Hong Kong Massacre then is probably my favourite game from Untold Tales this far at least. And yeah, it's a twin-stick shooter with similarities to Hotline Miami, can definitely be tough as nails, but the idea, we run through this world, we kill everyone in sight, and we use a John Woo-like aerial acrobatics to avoid incoming fire. Our motivation, we are an ex-detective that is out to get revenge on those that killed our partner. I didn't like the boss encounters personally, they felt out of place in this world, but the rest is good stuff and it is incredibly satisfying. A new low price here then, 97% off, and I do think this one is well worth it. And that's the video down. A massive thank you again then to Cubic Games and Untold Tales who sponsored this video. They've been incredible to the channel over the years, and as always, that support is seriously appreciated. Will you be picking up any of these though? Let me know in the comments. With that, hit subscribe, join us here for reviews and deals daily, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.